Good morning and welcome to Double K Home Projects. Well, today we are still trying to play catch up. We have very little time. We got a couple days before it's going to rain, and they're predicting rain at least for the next 4 days after Friday. So my yard's getting out of hand again. It just, this time of year it grows like crazy. So we're getting ready we got to do some mowing today and tomorrow because I can't get it all done in one day. And then I'm still doing garden planting, which I'm very late on, but I'm trying to get caught up. But I've got to go this latter part of the week. I've got to go and help at my son's place, help watch it as they're be gone. So anyway, we're getting ready to go up there and help them out. So it's going to take me away again further from everything I've got to do here. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm sorry I haven't had many videos on in the last couple weeks, but I've just really been trying to catch up, and so hopefully here soon I can get caught up and have a little breathing room, and maybe I can concentrate on more videos. But I do have some projects in line for video, so stay tuned for all that. So we shall get started. Try not to mow over my marigolds here. Don't want to mow them down. I hadn't planned on mowing today, but as you've heard in previous videos, I need to buy a new battery for these mowers. So I have to mow a little bit, charge the battery. So it ends up being a couple day ordeal every time I mow. And trim. I have a ton of morning glories growing that I want to get rid of because these things will take over, literally. Made a mistake in planting them one year, and they're all over. I mean, those things grow everywhere. So what I'm getting ready to do here is try not to step on my zucchini back here. I'm going to trim up some of these tomatoes. I hate to get rid of that, but if I don't, it won't produce correctly. I'm just trimming them up. Really need a pruner for that. Okay. I had to wait for this thing to get established. And then I'm going to cut that one off too, because there, and maybe That one. There we go. Well, that didn't look too good either. Now, I gave it a haircut. That thing will shoot up now. And this one over here, this little tiny one, we'll bring you over here on it too. Right here, this little tiny one. Try to get you in here. We're gonna trim him up too. Got a bunch of suckers and all kinds of stuff growing on them. These are cherry tomatoes. If you trim a lot of this stuff off, they'll grow better. Cut that off because those are dead right there. That's dead. That's from the shock of transplanting. Okay, now go ahead and get rid of that. There, it kind of looks bad, but it'll grow back. It'll definitely grow. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna go over here on the other one. Right over here. I know you can see my shadow. I've got zucchini planted in here, but it does not appear to be coming up the way it should. Okay, let's trim this one up. Okay. I know it's a lot. I trimmed off a lot. But that'll help her grow now. It will definitely grow. Okay. Now, I'll come over here on the other side. I've got these little boogers growing. Pretty weedy out here. I got a lot of mowing and cleaning up to do. We'll get these here. Okay. Now these here were volunteer. They came up, I mean actually they all are, but these here were just volunteer from last year's stock. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on wire. Got to get around. There. Okay. Clean those up. I have to get out here with my little hoe, my little cultivator, and clean these weeds up. Yeah. All right, that one there needs propped up. This one here, that one right there needs a little work. I need to find me a little stick or something to prop him up. I'm gonna go ahead and trim him off just a little. Sorry I'm bumping the camera. Yeah. All right, let me try this. See if I can't get this in here too. And weave him in here like so. There. That'll keep him straight up. Get these little weeds out of here. That'll keep him straight up and he'll take off. I said I'm behind on mowing and cleaning. I've just been really busy. A lot going on this spring. All right, there we go. Okay, we are in catch-up mode here. I'm gonna hand till this area up and get these weeds out of here. Let's lay this over to the side. These weeds over here aren't too bad. I might just really growing anything down here. I'm just kind of tilling it up because of the weeds. Yeah. All right. Getting there. Just trying to get the dirt loosened up a little bit. Fill some weeds under. Almost done with this little section. All right, let's smooth that out now. Down through here. Good enough. All right, here's one section. Done. Another section done. Got beans down here. Got hot peppers along the fence now. If you remember, we planted kale. Had a couple volunteer tomatoes come up here. Got one right there. And we got one down here. And then we did some transplanting in the beds here. Chives, dill, I do believe, and sage. Anyway, this bed right here has a ton of ants in it. So I have got to deal with that problem. And of course, I still haven't put all the mulch in that I was going to put in. Just haven't had time to do it all. So hopefully by the end of this summer, I can get more mulch in here. I'll go get these bigger weeds out first. Yeah. You dig down just a little bit and it's pretty wet down in here. So I got cucumbers down there at the end. Gonna grow up that trellis there I've got, it's a cattle panel. And then all across the end there, right on the other side of it, of the actual chain link fence, is marigolds if they grow. Then, of course, I've got some volunteer sunflowers coming up everywhere. I went ahead and put posts in the ground to tie them off because they end up blowing over and making a mess. This thing get to be like trees. So anyway, then everywhere else that you see tilled up, except down the fence line, is top crop bush beans I planted. Except for what I'm tilling right here, and I'm not sure exactly who I'm gonna put in here yet. I might put the beans in here, but I've got this hot pepper I may put in here. Now down the fence line also I have a jalapeno. I believe it's a mild jalapeno pepper. Planted down that fence line. Yep. There's that section. We got this little section to do here. And I got a couple little sections there to do that it's really weedy. That may be where I plant peppers. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to plant those peppers at. This is the one we're going to do right now. Bring my bucket up here. Get just a little warm. Okay. Well, there's my last one. I've got two more right here that I need to till up. Well, good afternoon. It is, in fact, the next day. Today has been a rough day for me. I've been weed whipping all day, weed trimming, whatever you want to call it. And I am still not finished. I'm battling with a battery that runs out every half hour. and then I also had to deal with some people pulling in where I needed a weed whip next to the church over here. And it's just been a hard day for me. So didn't video any of that, but yesterday, you know that we got our little 3 little areas tilled up by hand that was left in the garden here. And then I've got 2 more. I've got 2 more right here. 2 more areas that I have got to pick these weeds. And then I'm going to till that area right there. I'm going to till it up also and clean it up. But these I've just let go, and I'm going to pull these weeds. The taller the weed is, sometimes the easier it is to pull out of the ground. But anyway, we're going to clean this up next. But anyway, over here is the one of the areas. I'm going to plant beans if I have enough in these areas right here, and then this one here. I'm going to start in this one right here. So that's on the agenda for this evening. Okay, I wanted to show you what I do. I do seed save on some of my things, especially my beans. These are top crop beans, bush beans, and I love the taste of these. Blue Lake, I'm not so hot on, but anyway, I take these and I put them in a jar, like a pickle jar, and I put them in the refrigerator and just leave them. These might even be a couple years old. Anyway, they still grow. I don't know, keeping them in the refrigerator may stunt the growth or stop the growth of them or something. I don't know what it does. Anyway, it works. So that's what I do. I put them in the refrigerator, and then they're always good for the next year. So you might try that. So with that, we're getting ready to plant. All right, let's go over here. See what we can get into. Whoop, I'm already dropping them. That one there. That one there. I don't know about it. I'll put him right there because he looks pretty shriveled up. These things are cold and they're sticking to my fingers. Sorry. I need to go about every 6 inches or so. That ought to be good. Okay. We'll get those covered up, and those should be good. All right. One there. One there. Got to get these in the ground. It is supposed to rain for like the next 4 days, starting tomorrow. So I've been trying to get all my weed whipping done and my yard caught up, because it was getting out of hand as well. And I was getting way behind on chores. I'm gonna have to do some seed saving on these this year, because I'm just about out of this top crop bean. This is just a really good bean. It's a good green bean. Okay, there's those. I'll get that one covered up here in a minute. Now let's spin it around here and let's do this little section right here. In the 2 sections there that's so weeded up, I want to get that cleaned up, and I'll probably plant my other hot peppers in there. Now my peppers, since he's got peppers over there, and I've got peppers on the other side, and I've got peppers down that fence line, if I plant peppers in there, I'm not going to be able to save any seeds. Because of cross-pollination is a good possibility that they'll cross-pollinate, and while it's really not supposed to affect the fruit, it can affect the seed for next year. it can affect it, and it's no telling what you might get. You might get hot bell peppers, you know, or you might get mild hot peppers, you know. So it's best to not seed safe if you got to plant peppers fairly close together. And unfortunately, that's what we have to do. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, let's go around. That was the last one I planted. I gotta rake the dirt in up over the top of them. Got this one planted with beans, green beans. We got this one planted with green beans. Now this up here, we have green beans planted a couple rows in here, and then I've got beans planted in here all the way around, and then we have a bunch of marigolds growing, or should be growing up around these sunflowers. We've got green beans in this area. We've got green beans in this little area. Got a few little green beans over here in the corner. We've got cucumbers all the way along here, and then I've got jalapeno peppers all the way down the fence, besides the tomato plant there that voluntarily came up. But we have peppers all along this fence down through here. And of course we've got this other tomato plant that decided to come up too, and we'll just let him grow. Probably put a post in the ground or something, or may put a post up on that fence to tie it off to. If you cut these things up, like I need to trim that one up a little bit more. If you trim them up, I don't know, my neighbor used to trim them up about 2 foot. And those things literally would grow. His tomatoes grew, they were every bit of probably 15 foot tall, 15 to 20 foot, I bet you. He had to get on a step ladder to get his tomatoes down. So if you cut them bottom branches off as it grows, those things will grow really tall. They're like trees. Doesn't always work, but it has for me. I don't usually trim them up that much. I usually go about 1.5 feet with mine, or so, 1 foot to 1.5 feet, trimming them up on the bottoms. Well, I've got a few more things to do today. I've got to finish my trimming. I've got so much trimming to do. I'm going to try to get that finished if my battery will hold out on my weed whip. So I'm going to try to get that finished this evening. That's all the planting I'm going to do today. If I have time, I may pick some of these weeds in these 2 other hills I've got here. But if not, we'll pick that up tomorrow if it doesn't rain. So I think this is probably where I'm going to end the video today. But if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. And hey, hit the notification bell too, and you can get notifications on when I post the videos. So with that, we will see you in the next video. Bye.